Hi, I'm Trevor Emden. This is me. Well, it's obviously not this young lady. That's my wife, Anna. And I want to talk to you today about Tony Robbins. I had the privilege to be on his Mastery University back in 1999 and 2000. And he doesn't talk about the law of attraction as such. What he talks about is success and getting life the way you want it, getting it handled. And frankly, I don't care what you call it. If you put out the right vibes and the right messages into your world, the environment you live in, your peer group, you will attract the success you want. Now, I'm a life coach. I live in the UK. My background is I'm trained as a psychiatric nurse, but then went on to study psychotherapy, NLP, and various other therapies, and later, as I've told you, went to meet the great Tony Robbins. He had taught me the law of attraction. Now, I'm going to play you a snippet of what Tony said. Just listen to about a minute and a half of Tony. Here we go.
Now, the only thing keeping you from having the feelings you want is that you are doing three things. There are three reasons you're not getting what you want if you're not getting what you want. And if you're achieving what you want, there's only three reasons you're achieving it. Because what you really want is merely to change the way you what? Feel about anything. And the way you feel is controlled by three forces. We call them the triad. There's only three things that determine how you feel, whether you feel good or bad. If you are not feeling what you want to feel, and all you want to do is change how you feel, then there are three sources. If you say, Tony, I want to feel euphoric. To feel euphoria, is there a specific pattern of how to use your physiology that's required for you to feel euphoria? Yes or no? If you want to be depressed, is there a specific way you've got to use your body, a pattern of physiology that's required to be depressed? Yes or no? Where do your shoulders have to go? Where does your head tend to go? Where do your eyes go? Breathing full or shallow? Facial expression up and tight or slack? So you all know this because you practiced it at one point in your life. Some people just practice it so much that they finally decide, I am a depressed person. Now listen to me. When you start attaching your identity to a behavior or an emotion, you've just screwed yourself over.
When you start attaching your identity to an emotion or behavior, you've just screwed yourself over. That's what he said. Now, that's a very, very important point, because if you call yourself a failure or any other name like that in any area of your life, I can't do that, then you've identified yourself with a behavior. You've made that part of who you are instead of just a result that you got that wasn't what you wanted. If you saw it as a result that wasn't what you wanted and said, well, I'm a success, I'm a successful person who got a result that I didn't want, that would massively change what you did next, wouldn't it? If you actually call yourself a failure. Now, there's all sorts of reasons why people actually will do that. Part of it, actually, which we can't go into in this video, take too long, but part of it is because many people feel safe hiding behind that kind of language. I'm a failure, I can't, it's just the way I am, I'm the kind of person who, or who doesn't, and so on. Feel safe, and peer group will support that as well, and there's a lot about that. But for now, just listen to whether you actually call yourself those kind of names. Most people don't go around saying, I'm a failure. They say, I can't do so-and-so, or I'm the kind of person who, it's just my temperament. It's just the way I am. It's the way I'm built. I'm too old to change. We have a plethora of excuses to hide behind. That's making behavior your identity. And Tony has absolutely nailed something really massively important there in terms of the law of attraction. Because you're not going to attract something to yourself while you're labeling yourself with these negative terms. So that's a fundamental key point that has to be changed. So did you hear what he said as well about three things you're doing to get the results you're getting in life, good or bad? You're doing three things. You're using your body in a certain way, your physiology. You're using your thought or your focus and beliefs in a certain way. What you're focusing on, I'm a failure, is very different from I just got a result that didn't work. And you're using your inner dialogue, your thoughts in a particular way. Let's move on. So what do you mean when you say you can't do something? What is that saying about the person that you are? If you say, I can't achieve something, I can't make my business take off, I can't make my love life work, I can't make my health get in balance, whatever it is, I can't break my addiction, what are the beliefs behind that? Because there are people doing those things that you want to do all the time. Listen again, here's Tony talking about being invited to play a round of golf, which is a game he doesn't have any skill or practice in. Just listen to what he has to say. It's about a minute again.
Hey, I went to the golf course, and I called these two guys up who were instructors. One guy up. He wanted to bring another guy to meet me. He was an instructor. And then they brought a third guy. And I was thinking I was going to get some instruction. I've been on the golf course 3 times. And we lined up the first tee, and I said, okay, give me some coaching. He said, oh, no, I'm not going to coach you. We're just going to play. And the first guy got it, and he ripped the ball as far as a human could see. The second guy had ripped the ball, only went up the side. Another guy ripped. I went up. I found myself literally, I feel pretty confident, wife, putting the ball down like this. I found myself tightening up like this, going, I got to play with these guys? And all of a sudden I stopped for a second. I broke my pattern for a moment. I got back in, and I was still tight. I swung, and I ripped the ball, and it went, about 12 feet. No? And I said, can I take another one? They said, yeah. I put the ball down, and I thought, what do I have to believe to be stressed right now? I have to believe that I have to have the same skill as someone who's played for 45 years. I thought,
I've had the same skill as somebody who's played for 45 years. He has to believe that. Now, I don't even think he was 45 years old when he made that recording. Okay? So that would be impossible, but he has to believe that he's a master of what he's doing. He believes it, right? So what he does is he looks at how the masters are doing and he models it. But what a great question. What do you have to believe right now to attract what you want is my question, right? This is not about golf, right? If you play golf, congratulations, that's a great game. But that's not what this is about. This isn't about what do I have to believe right now to be able to hit the golf ball. Well, and Tony is not telling it for that reason either. He's telling you there's a key principle in there that if you ask yourself that great question, what do I have to believe right now to attract what I want? Because successful people are doing it, right? How many successful people do you think there are in any realm of life you care to name? Show business, any kind of business in the outside world, or the online world, the internet business. So business generally, entertainment industry, sports, massively competitive area to get to the top of your game in a sport, whatever it is. Okay, you've got to be amazing. How about relationships? Do you think there really are people who have long, happy marriages? Of course there are. Right? And if you don't have one, then what is it that the people who do have one have done differently? What do they have to believe right now and throughout their married lives in order to keep that going? What do they believe is different to what you believe? Because that's what's going to change your behavior. Somebody somewhere is achieving what you want to achieve right now. Right now. So what you need to do is start exploring what it is that, read their stories. Go and find their stories in autobiographies if you can, or magazines, newspapers, whatever it is. Find the people that you admire, or maybe the ones you envy. It's the same thing, really. Go and look them up. Look for their stories. It's easy now with the internet as well. It's much easier to find people's histories and backgrounds, and see if they're still living. Maybe even make contact with them. See if you can talk to them, interview them. Right? What is it that they believe in order to achieve the success that you want? Because that's the difference fundamentally between the results they're getting and why you're not getting them. So it is possible. Everything's possible. Now, I can't hear you, so if you're saying, yeah, but what I want to do is not possible, no one's ever done it before. If you're dreaming of it, you know what? It's still possible. If you can dream it, you can do it. Why do you think we're endowed with the ability to dream, to imagine, to have ideas? Do you think those are survival skills? Because I don't think they are. I mean, Mr. Charles Darwin is not here to ask, but I don't think that he would say that the ability to dream dreams and have goals and ambitions and passions for life have anything to do with survival. Eating, yes. Reproducing, yes. Sleeping, yes. Elimination of waste, yes. Evolving, They would count. But is there another species that wants to fly to the moon? I don't think so. Or would there be another species that says, well, I'm going to climb that mountain because it's there? I don't think so. As far as I know, other species that climb mountains do so because they want food or shelter. Is there another species that composes symphonies or paints the landscape? I don't think so. We have dreams and ambitions. You know, no other creature, even if they could, well, it's a silly thing to say, but no other creature is going to write the Harry Potter novels. Because, you know, those are written for entertainment. I don't think other species do entertainment. So do you get my point? If you can dream it, you can do it. So, what do you have to believe to make that, whatever that dream is for you, what do you have to do to believe, to make it possible for you? Now, it's a great question, and if you can answer it, congratulations. And maybe you can. If you'd like some more help with it, or just more help with getting your life the shape you want it, please visit my website. It's www.wizardofwisdom.com, as you can see, and there's on that page you'll find a sign-up form for a free Wizard Coaching Tips newsletter, and actually there's a 7-part mini course called Winning the Living Game that you will get free from there, and more tips from me as well in times to come. So I hope we have a relationship developing here. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. I hope it's been helpful, and I hope I've managed to underline and some points that Tony made about the law of attraction, because there's a huge overlap between getting yourself in order and attracting the life you want. This is Trevor Emden. Go to wizardofwisdom.com. Do it now. Thanks for watching and listening, and I'll see you soon.